What do you appreciate most about Restoration, Kathy?
For me, it's the depth that we receive in the sermons on Sunday morning and your amazing ability to tie scripture to the characters, making the characters, the people in the Bible, come alive. And as I've mentioned recently to you, the fact that your teaching is immediately edible. You know, it's right there. You can take it in and you can apply it to your life. That's significant for me.
Thank you. Thank you. How long have you guys been here? What do y'all, you've been here a little while.
Yeah.
For a minute.
We came when, well, I grew up here and started coming in 1988 when I was 7 years old. And then Chuck was my first youth pastor when I was in 7th grade. And after we got married, we were here on and off.
First time I came was just before we got married 16 years ago.
Wow.
So.
And you guys are back now for a year and a half or so.
Yeah, we came back first January service of last year.
Yeah, 2016. And I remember we met at Starbucks, your favorite place. Now that you're back, what do you appreciate what God's doing? What do you appreciate most at Restoration?
I mean, the biggest thing for me is when we have looked at churches, we've wanted good preaching. I don't care about music as much, but she loves good music, so that helps. Missions, children's ministry, and small groups.
Awesome.
And so those are the things that we've always looked for. And a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago almost, it was more of you're like, I promise all of those things are coming. And so we came in faith last January.
Hey, I kept my promise, didn't I?
And here we are.
Awesome. You all love small groups. I know you do. You and I were in groups 20 years ago, and you and I have talked about the impact small groups have made. Why don't you guys go first? Because I know you are like passionate, crazy about small groups. What do you love most?
Okay. So the reason that I love small groups so much is when we lived in Texas 15 years ago, we were pregnant with our first child. I guess that would have been 10 years ago. Now he's about to turn 10. So 9.5, 10 years ago, we were in a great small group. And on a Saturday, we went into the hospital 6 weeks before we were supposed to have Braden, and she got admitted into the ICU. And on Tuesday, they basically gave us 15 minutes warning at 10:30 in the morning that, hey, you're having the baby right now.
Wow.
And within 30 minutes, we had 20 or 30 people that had been in various life groups with us that all left their jobs and showed up at the hospital. And this church actually, Restoration actually, flew her parents out to Texas, and so they got there within 4 or 5 hours. But we were surrounded by people within 30 minutes, and you know, we don't have any family out there, so it was a big deal for us. So we've always loved life groups.
You've told me that story a time or two, and man, I mean, I hear a lot of stories that are like evidence for why you need to be connected, but that's one of my all-time favorites. And you guys, at such a traumatic time for that many people and for this church to fly your parents, I mean, that's sharing life together.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. Kathy, how about you?
Small group for me is a funny story because my first couple of impressions of small groups left me hating small groups. And then when
I've heard these stories too.
And so when I decided to get involved again, it was such a tremendous experience. And then going from being a member of the group to then leading groups for almost 10 years, it was just a delight. It was just a delight because to get to know people at a level that you don't commonly get to know, there's just something really special and eternal about that, and I love that.
Some of your best friends you met, and they're lifelong friends that you met in a small group.
That's right.
Awesome. This is like kind of a hybrid group. It's not brand new because you've been hosting, but you have a new leader hosting in your home. As you've prayed and as you think about this fall semester, is God giving you a vision, or is there something you're hoping happens in your group this fall?
There is. I am always extra excited when a group bonds quickly, and that's been my experience primarily. And I believe that, the word says that the mind of man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. And I've been praying that for our group, that the Lord will send the people where we don't have to be like-minded. We don't have to be alike in any way other than having a love for the Lord, wanting to go deep in our understanding of what we're talking about, the Word, but also everybody loves to be known. Everybody wants to be known. So to have an opportunity to be in a group that can go deep and know one another and be able to laugh when we need to laugh and hug when we need to love and,
Awesome.
fall off the deck and laugh if we need to, because we're kind of all about it.
I think there'll be a little bit of laughing in this group. Yeah.
A lot of coffee too.
Yeah, a lot of coffee. That might be the reason for the laughing, the extra energy. You guys have hosted, y'all love, you're passionate about small group. This fall, what are you hoping happens?
Kind of, we just really want to get to know people at a deeper level, new faces.
Yeah.
Doing life together, being able to see someone on Sunday mornings and, know their name and be able to have a conversation or be able to have lunch or coffee during the week because you've gotten to know them on a more personal level,
Yeah, it's good.
rather than just not feeling like you have anyone to say hi to and then you leave after church. We just want to really make it a family, and so for us, small groups has helped us do that.
It's good. And that's the deal. I think everybody that's part of Restoration realizes we want to be a family. I'm so excited about this group. Y'all are going to have a great time this fall. Last thing, there's people that don't know you guys, and there's people that do know you. What's something that nobody knows at Restoration about Kathy and then about you guys? How about you, Kathy?
The thing that people probably don't know is that I love to snorkel. And my mother always said I was half fish. And so it just kind of proves out that theory. So, yeah, snorkeling.
Snorkeling, that is so awesome. All right. Do we need to have this screened?
No.
Is this G-rated, PG?
Anything that needs to be censored, we'll discuss it tomorrow. So living in the South, all my friends, and especially when we lived in Texas, like to go hunting. I despise the outdoor unless I can quickly get back into air conditioning, but I have been hunting one time, and it was for crocodile. And so the only time I've ever gone out and killed an animal is on a boat in Central America, and we ate it for dinner the next day.
For some reason, I'm not surprised at all.
And we had coffee.
That's great. A good day ends with a nice hot cup of coffee for you down at Isenburgs. Awesome. Well, you guys, I appreciate you all hosting again, because I know hosting is a little bit of work. And I've known Kathy for a long time. This is going to be a great group. And I'm looking forward to all that God's going to do in y'all's group. So thanks again.